All right. Good day, champions. This is another day for game time, right? We're super excited to have an opportunity to really share some valuable content with you. One of the things that I love about what I do is that I get to share with you my experiences, having been in the home-based business and self-employed arena for 20 plus years now. There are so many things that you get to learn that are valuable lessons that anybody could really utilize once you really start to understand the importance of certain philosophies and concepts. So today's episode is titled growth versus duplication. And this is a pretty big topic. We won't spend a lot of time on it today on this particular um, podcast, but we'll touch on it because I think it's some fundamental things that you want to do as a professional in your space, as the CEO of your business, that you must do to make sure that you are duplicating your business and not just growing your business. Okay. You want to make sure that you're duplicating your business and not just growing your business. And so you can kind of tell which types of business or which types of organizations are growing versus which types of organizations are duplicating. Now, obviously, in the home-based business arena, you want duplication, okay? Because network marketing can be defined a lot of different ways. But one of the best definitions that I've seen and heard is getting a lot of people to do a little bit, okay? Getting a lot of people to do a little bit. And the reason why I love that definition is because 90% to 95% of the people that join a home-based business or the network marketing industry are part-timers. And because they are part-timers, they need to be able to incorporate whatever system that particular business model requires to be successful into their weekly and daily agendas. Okay. They have to. If they can't, then it just doesn't work. And so because 90% to 95% of the people are part-time, then what we do must be very simple to duplicate. Okay. It must be very simple to duplicate. If it's challenging to duplicate, it's going to be very tough to grow a large organization as a result of that. All right. The organization will never get a chance to move away from you if it doesn't really duplicate. It'll grow. Okay. But it won't duplicate. And we're going to talk about some things that will contribute towards duplication in another podcast, because there are certain laws that you must follow in order for the duplication to take place. Okay. Laws of duplication. Now, what I want to talk about today is that how do you know if your business is duplicating or if your business is just in a growth phase? Both are good, by the way, right? You can make tons of money if your business is growing. Trust me, you can. But you must understand that there's going to come a time when that growth will slow down and your organization will shrink back to a stability state, or to a state to where it needs another infusion of energy and momentum and campaigns and things of that nature. Okay. So let's talk about growth. What happens if you're looking at your business, you're looking at your organization, and you see your organization grow from, let's call it 25,000 in volume to 50,000 in volume. That's a 100% increase, which is pretty amazing. And maybe you experienced that increase in a relatively short period of time. Maybe it was 30 days, maybe it was 60 days, maybe it was 90 days, right? And you experienced it, you experienced the growth. And an example of that would be when I was in another business, I had the opportunity to sponsor some influencers. One particular influencer, to be exact, And this gentleman was so freaking good at what he did. Like so good at what he did. I mean, he could come in, he had the charisma, he had the confidence, he had the ability to present extremely well, and he could literally close down the room. And he did, right? Really became my number one organization at that time in that business. But he was so good, right? And we experienced the benefits of that. I mean, the team went from, you know, relatively speaking, let's call it 25,000 in volume to 50,000 in volume. We literally, increased 100% because of this amazing person that joined the team. Okay. Now the challenge is that he was so good at what he did that nobody could touch him. Like it was almost intimidating to try to duplicate what he did. He was so good. So the business grew and we experienced income increases. We experienced some great times, but because he was so good and nobody could duplicate it in terms of what he was doing to have his success. Okay. So therefore, when this amazing person had to take some time off for various reasons, and what he was doing wasn't able to be duplicated by anybody because it was so good, then that volume, that production went away. For all intents and purposes, it decreased, right? So we experienced growth, but we didn't experience duplication. So what happens? How do you duplicate? So what has to happen is that in order for duplication to take place, you have to follow certain laws, okay? And these are the laws of duplication. I'm going to give you a couple of them right now. Number one, you want to write these down. Whatever I'm doing must be able to be done by somebody who just enrolled with me, whether they're across the street, across town, or across the country immediately. This is the first law, at least one of the laws of duplication. Okay. Whatever I'm doing right now to enroll this new person into my business or organization, okay, however I'm doing it, it must be able to be done immediately with that person across the street, across town, or across the world. Immediately, no training. Okay, so this lets you know that if you enroll Noble Mike Jamison into your business, and whatever process you use to do that, I must be able to say, yes, I want to do, I like what you have. Yes, I want to do it. Okay. And yes, I can do it. See, it's 3 yeses that come with that first law of duplication. Whatever you're doing to enroll person A, said person, that person must immediately be able to do what you did with the next person that's across the street, across town, or across the world. Immediately, no training. Think about that. This is huge. This is a big deal, okay? Because if you enroll Noble Mike Jamison and you're so good, like you deliver the absolute best presentation, and I give you the 3 yeses. Yes, I want what you have. Yes, I want to do it, and yes, I can do it. Right? I can want to do it, but can I do it? You got to have 3 yeses. I like what you have. Yes. Yes, I want to do it. Like I really want to do it. It makes sense. I love it. And I can do it. You got 3 yeses. Now, if I can't give you the third yes, meaning I can do it, I can do what you just did, then the ability to duplicate will not stand the test of time. For example, so let's say hypothetically speaking that Noble Mike Jamison can, yes, like what you have, yes, wants to do it. So I enroll as an affiliate and distributor, okay? And yes, I can do it. So yes, I'm just as great as you are in whatever it is you just did. Now I go out and I go to the person that's across the street, across town, and across the world, and I do exactly what you just did to me. And that person says, yes, I like what you have. Yes, I want to do it. but no, they can't do it. So for whatever it is, like, so you understand? So you're literally only 2 levels away from the initial enrollment, right? Person who sponsored me, but the person I sponsor, because they're not as good as you, and perhaps they're not as good as me, so therefore they don't feel they could do it. Duplication breaks down. This is why simplicity is so important. This is why systems are so important in the process of building, because you got to have the ability for the organization to move away from you, okay, with that first law of duplication, that whatever it is I'm doing to enroll said person, they must immediately, okay, immediately be able to do what I did with the person that's across the street, across town, or across the country. First law of duplication. First law of duplication, right? And so you want to make sure that you understand that philosophy, that principle right away, right? So no, you don't have to, dummy down who you are. You don't have to pretend like you're not smart. No, you don't have to do that. What we're saying is that when you're building a business that you want to duplicate, it must be simple. Okay. Now you can get a lot of people into your business and it will grow because you sponsored a lot of people or the team brought in a lot of people. But if you wanted to duplicate, that first law must be in place. Whatever it is I'm doing must be able to be done immediately with the person that just enrolled. So they must be able to do that with someone else that's across the street, across town, or across the world. Okay. That's the first law. Okay. And so if you're able to infuse your organization with this first principle, then you'll start to see your organization move away from you, because now, Noble Mike Jamison, I don't need you, right? Because remember, I can immediately do what you just did. All right. Yes, I like what you have. So I'm a product of the product. So whatever it is you just presented to me, I love. I love. Okay. Number 2, yes, I want to do it as well. I see value in the opportunity to sponsor and enroll. That's the second yes. I see value in that. I have the time to do that, in other words, right? And then the third yes is what you just did, I believe I can do. Okay. Now, some people may want to do it, but may not believe they can do it. You get those people all the time. They say, man, that looks really cool. Like, this look like something I want to do, but I don't think that the network marketing thing is for me, right? I don't think that I'm cut out for talking to people. Right? I don't think I'm like, come on, man. Right? Can they do it? Right? So in this case, being, too good could be a challenge for some people, right? So yes, I want what you have. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I want to be a product of the product. Okay. Yes, I want to do it as well. I want to be an ambassador. I want to be a brand ambassador. I want to promote as well, right? And yes, I can do that. I can do that in my already busy schedule. Like, I'm working 2 jobs. I can cut a little bit of the overtime out and I can add, right? I can add what you just did to what I'm doing because I see value. Man, this is amazing. I'm telling you. And a lot of times, you will see the challenge that organizations have. They'll expand with growth and they'll decrease because of no duplication. They expand with growth and they'll decrease because of no duplication. But if they duplicate, you'll see this. You'll see this. The organization starts to move away from you, right? Because now you got 2 people that, yes, they can go out and do what you did. Then you got 5 people that can go out and do what you just did. Then you got 25 people that can go out and do what you just did. And the organization is duplicating and growing. So no, you may not see a huge spike like that through the roof, but what you start to see is a steady increase up and to the right of your growth of your organization. Okay. And if not, then you will see the pips and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. Right. But that's the nature of business. Okay. And so if you are not, now there's two other laws that I got to share with you, not on this broadcast, but this is the first of which, all right, we're talking about growth versus duplication. So I'm sharing with you that if you are experiencing or have experienced some amazing growth, congratulations. Okay. Save some money. Okay. Congratulations. Save some money because it's going to change. I don't know how long the run will be, but it's going to change. Okay. Now, if you start experiencing duplication, and the reason I'm sharing with you the first law, because that's the one out of the three that are most important. Okay. The other ones are important, but the first one is most important. Okay. Is most important. And so I'm going to be sharing with you the other laws on a full podcast of duplication, laws of duplication. It's going to be titled that. But this one is growth versus duplication, knowing the difference. Obviously, that's what I want to really get to you today. So stay tuned for the next podcast. We're going to go into all of the laws of duplication for you, so you can add them to your notes. You can do an assessment. So that's what I want you to do right now. Take the note today, right? Do an assessment. Is my organization growing or is my organization duplicating? That's what you want to do today. Okay. If it's growing, congratulations, save some money. Save some money. Okay. If it's duplicating, then maybe there's a one or two things that you can tweak when I add and share with you the other laws that contribute to us growing a world-class international organization. Okay. Hey, listen, this is another episode of Game Time with Noble Mike Jamison. Growth versus duplication. It's a big difference. Okay. Know the difference and make sure you build towards that end. Thanks a lot. Have an amazing day.